Hello my fellow warriors, Astrobogulus Gaming here. We're going to be doing a video on engineering, because engineering is at its core the most important part of playing Enlisted. Unless you're one of those people who, yes, you know who you are, completely and utterly ignore engineering and just go on with your guns and play the game like it's COD. Yeah, you're actually also important. So, you know, each to their own. But today I'm going to explain a little thing that may get some of those players who don't like being an engineer to be a little bit more inclined to do so. Obviously, it may not work, but we'll see. We're going to take out the Assault Engineer Squad from the previous event for the Axis, for Germany I should say, because the Axis is, you know, no longer a faction, as it were. I'm not going to bother with the Soviets because there's no point doing the same thing over, so we'll quickly enter a practice match so I can show you some of these techniques. I've been playing since 2016, this is just experience. If you have better ideas, please let me know down in the comments. If you would like to expand on anything you see me do, again, please let me know in the comments. So first things first, you got to build a rally point. Oh, where do we build a rally point? Okay, so let's, for example's sake, enter the alternative map. We see right here is the objective, and in this case we're assaulting. So out of rule of thumb, there is a roughly 70 meter, 69 meter ring around the rally point that you can normally build rallies. It varies on maps. Some maps you can build them as close as 40 meters or closer, and in other ones it has to be further than 70. It's a little bit tit for tat, and if you have a guide, please post it down in the comments, because I don't have one. I just know it all by memory. So, you know, and every time there's a new map I have to learn it by experience and die 100 times before I learn the map properly. So in that case, that's our objective. We're going to go, first things first, drink the water flask, which I have tied to my ult so I can cancel orders. Bring out your charging item, normally a melee or a sword if you have it. Get to a point of cover, very obvious. Build your rally. This to be noted that in the perks tree, you need to make sure you have the build speed and build material skills for the engineer as high as you can possibly get them. Okay, so once we built the rally, we're going to pop an AP mine, anti-personnel mine, on top. Make sure your entire squad is armed with anti-personnel mines or anti-personnel, anti-tank, alternating, because the anti-personnel mine will set off the anti-tank mine, and this will come in handy if you build a rally point inside of a building and you wish to protect it. Say it's on a second elevation, you can then do the AP mine with the anti-tank mine at the bottom of the stairs, and then do another one halfway up, and then do another one on the landing, and that should at least protect your rally point for up to 3 heavy assaults. God knows what's going to happen afterwards, but hopefully by that point in time you will have actually aggressively attacked the point and won. These same rules work in defense, but you won't need to defend your rally as much. Now you notice I'm stood on top of the rally and now building sandbags. This is a technique that's been around a long time. EVA in their last tournament coined it. You only need 2, you can build 3, you can build however many you want. And then the next thing, obviously, you have your AP mines and you want to place them in a tactical position. Let's say there's a doorway here, for example, and then there's another point of entry, a window here, and then another point of entry here. So what we've done now is we've made it possible to also earn some kills, but also when we see on our kill feed that our anti-personnel mines are going off, we know that our rally is in danger, and maybe on your next spawn it might be worth maybe double checking your rally's okay, or seeing if there's anything you can do. In this same sense, think about a rally point as a honey pot, and you know how you were to attract wasps and kill them off. That's also what the enemy team is going to be doing. They're going to be hunting your rally. So there's an easy way to make a shit ton of points. If you just want to shoot people, think about it like that. You're building a honey pot. People will come towards it. vice versa. If you see an enemy rally, maybe if you want to score a lot of points, don't just blow the rally up. You know, if you're at a good point, build a machine gun nest, build a heavy machine gun nest if you can, and farm those kills while you can until you have to destroy it. So on to the next point. We have secured the area, we've created a secure rally. Okay, so let's say then that we want to protect this rally even further. The next thing you want to do is you want to put barbed wire by the entry points, by the AP mines. Yes, this may be considered evil, but that's the point, as you don't want anybody to get your rally point. You really want them to suffer and die whilst trying to achieve their goal. And every time, as I said before, every time an AP mine goes off, it makes you more aware as to what's going on and how many assaults are going on your rally point. So now we've created a secure rally point. We're going to, yes, if you can build an ampulette or a heavy machine gun nest or a machine gun nest, this would be a good option. But what you can also do, if you don't have these features unlocked, run ahead a little bit, say 10 meters, no more, right? Quickly build 3 sandbags, like so, and plop an ammo box down in the middle, okay? This will mean that if people spawning from your rally, and the enemy team, say over there, spots your rally, and they'll start putting pressuring fire down, it means that people who are spawning have a gap right here to be able to run through and make at least, hopefully, most of their squad to a position where they can reload and fire back at the enemy. And you want to do 2 or 3 of these. It's up to you. If you have a multi-squad of engineers, I would recommend 3 or more. If you just have 1 engineer, I'd recommend just simply 1 area. But then this creates staging points for your team to be able to assault the point further. And then if you really want to kind of have a bit of fun, I only have 1 sandbag left. So what we're going to try, okay, so you need to have 2 sandbags left. So I've kind of mucked this up a little bit, but if you could imagine another sandbag on the opposing side, I tell you what I can do, I can just destroy this one here for visual purposes. There we go, now I can build another one. You want to build that sandbag thing, because this is what everybody will see. From the opposing side, they'll say, oh look, they got that 2 sandbag thingy, there must be a rally point there. And then what you want to do is be a little bit nasty basically, and we want to have like something like, okay, I've mucked it up a little bit here, there we go, put some barbed wire somewhere there, but you get my point. You would build the barbed wire first or something like that, especially if it's a jump down and they're blind and they get over here, then they get caught in the wire. And of course you want an AP mine just to make sure they get the icing on the cake experience, and that's what you call a false rally. Now if I'm the enemy and I'm over here, let's just quickly run away, we see my fire is distracted here, and I'm interested in that point. I'm also seeing people spawn from over there, but I see that there's barbed wire. I realize that my best course of action is to assault here, choose my targets there, and then move on to that point and hopefully get to that point. So immediately I've created problem after problem after problem after problem for my opposing force. And while they're dealing with all of these problems that I've presented in front of them, I'll be over here on the left or over here on the right, moving towards a flank of the attacking point, trying my hardest to let myself not be seen and let my team do the work of assaulting the point. And then when I'm in a clear spot, per se here, and the cap point is over there, we want to do what's called a blind rally, or a hidden rally. Sorry, a hidden rally. And that is when you use the natural elements to hide it. And in this case, building sandbags, again AP mine, but no sandbags. Because from a distance, once we go here, if you see that sandbag, it's giving it away. And then from here, your guys can spawn in, go, oh, the attack point's there, they can come around from a blind flank, they can kill the opposing forces attacking, and other team members can run in, come in and charge. So in a nutshell, that's basically how you do it. I'm going to expand upon this, but that will be part 1 of a new series of videos I'm trying to do. I will eventually compile all these videos together, make it a nice long video with lots of editing, so it all looks nice and pretty. Hopefully. And yeah, hopefully it will help. If you know anybody who wants to learn a little bit about engineering and that, please share this video. So on a final note, we've done all this with the basic sandbags. Let's just pretend you had a fully ranked up squad. So what I would then do is I wouldn't build the machine guns forward of the sandbags. No. I would then create another field. So as I was supposing, there's point 1, there's point 2 from the enemy's point of view. So we want to create another diversion for them to shoot at. Every diversion you create is another opportunity for you to be able, or your teammates, to be able to outflank the enemy. And also, if you've got a fake rally here, this is the perfect place to put your machine gun nest, because then the enemy team will be thinking, ah, they've put a lot of defense down on that area, they must have a rally there. And again, if you can, every single one of these structures that you build, I don't have another one equipped unfortunately, every single one of your structures, bar just sandbags and sandbags and barbed wire, you don't have enough anti-personnel mines to cover the entire area, so you have to calculate. But if you're going to build like an anti-tank weapon, AP mine, because the enemy will always go for that, turn it around and shoot at your team. So you want to be able to prevent that initially from the get-go with an anti-personnel mine. I know a lot of people, let me know in the comments, that will say, oh, you're so scummy, these are such scummy tactics, and yeah, they are. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. And when you're playing at a very low level, you don't need to do any of this. It's actually when you start playing against people who have been playing for a long time, then you realise that they're using these tactics against you, and you have to use these tactics against them in order to win, otherwise you will just be crushed. And what's also known as a sweat fest, which I think is, yeah, you shouldn't think too long about that name. But anyway, this has been Ostrobogulus Gaming, giving you the best of my knowledge, at least as quickly as I possibly can, about being an assault engineer. And I'll break it down into like passive aggressive and aggressive and defensive engineering. I'll break it down in as many ways as I can possibly think. It will take me a couple of weeks to do all of these videos. I initially planned to do it all in one take, and life basically just went, no, you can't do that. So here I am again, trying again. All for the sake of you guys, and hoping that it helps make the experience of playing Enlisted more fun for everybody. So yeah, Ostrobogulus Gaming, being a silly fool, and signing off. See you guys later.